It is Saturday, April 30th, 2022. We're going to do the first thing ever. Tony Cutillo, Adam Strangis, this is Win Daily Sports, and we're going 5 for 5, Adam. 5 categories in 5 minutes. And first off, night slate, 7 games, ace. Who are you looking at tonight?
Yeah, it's a pretty gross pitching slate overall. Not a good one, so the aces are going to be important on this slate. It's a tough kind of coin flip between Kershaw.
Kershaw with another strikeout and a slider.
On Garrett Cole. I have a slight lean towards Garrett Cole. I don't think you can really go wrong with either. Kershaw gets the Tigers, Lions. Been watching too much NFL draft the past couple nights. Garrett Cole gets the Royals. You know, Cole kind of showed he was back in form in the last start. Absolutely dominated the Guardians lineup. K-rate's coming back up a little bit. So that extra $300, you might need it on this slate.
$300 is a lot of money in DFS when we're talking about a slate like this. Now, what about like a value guys or anybody, a punt guy, somebody you may look towards that's lower value, low ownership that may be able to get you some points?
Honestly, I don't think he's going to be lower owned, but I think about the only cheap, quote unquote guy on DK is Eovaldi. I don't think I'm dropping below that 8,700 mark. I think the play tonight is Eovaldi, one of the two aces in Cole or Kershaw, and then in deeper DPP, maybe Eric Lauer. But man, pitching is so bad tonight. I think you just have to get different with the lineups, and you have to find your value in the lineups tonight as opposed to on the mound.
Yeah, I like that. You got to get different. But speaking about getting different, we're going to go gas can here. We're going to talk about guys you want to attack. Who's the guys that we want to attack on the offensive side? What are those 1 or 2 pitchers that are looking that they're going to give up some runs tonight?
It'll be popular, but I think you have to go right back to Coors Field. It was 14 runs last night. You have Chad Kuhl on the mound who, for the Rockies, he started off really well. I'm telling you guys, Chad Kuhl is not this good. I've watched him for a couple years as a Pirate. He's not this good. It's got to come back to bite him at some point. And the Reds are a team that, there's some guys on that offense that know him. They've seen him plenty of times in the NL Central. And then on the Cincinnati side, you have Connor Overton, who has a whopping 15 innings pitched at major league level. Not the easiest thing to go into Coors Field at all, even when, for an experienced pitcher. And, we don't have a lot of value as far as pitching goes, but the Rockies lineup is still pretty affordable. There's only one guy over $5,000. Super easy to fit in guys from those lineups, even spending up.
Listen, I love Cincinnati. If you look at them as a whole, just look at their values. I mean, you're talking ridiculous. About right. Jonathan India, 3,900. Joey Votto, 3,400. Drury, 3,500. I mean, these are guys you definitely want to get in there. But we talked about offense, Adam. As we're winding down here, let's talk about stacks. Who are the bats that we want to get in these lineups?
For me, it's really the Reds because it's almost sort of by default. You have to have some value, and you need to kind of tag team these guys up in the stack. Pointing out all these names. Votto, Drury, India. Tommy Pham hit third yesterday, probably will again. He's 2,900. Jake Fraley has let off at a couple points this season. You have to have probably 2 or 3 of these guys in your lineup, whether you really like it or not, just because this is one of the best offenses on the slate as far as hitting environment. They're impossibly cheap, and you don't have value pitching to go with.
I agree, and that's why I'm going to go. And I went Kyle Farmer last night against Tommy Pham, but I'm going to go Tommy Pham again for my FFVP. Listen, going up against Chad Cole, this guy has legitimately has been positive point production throughout the last 5, double-digit points throughout the last 5, and he's only 2,900. So, and I'm also going to go on the flip side. I'm going to go FFVP and Adam Duvall. Now, here's the thing I'll say about Adam Duvall. He's going up against Dane Dunning. Dane Dunning's given up 3 home runs in the last 4 games. Duvall just finally hits his first one.
High, towering fly ball deep left center. Hayward back, half the wall. It's gone.
Acuna back in the lineup. He gets more protection. So I'm looking at a good night from Adam Duvall, and he's cheap, Adam. I really like his number at 2,500. So, Adam, as we get out of here, any last plays for this night slate that we want to talk about before we get out for the 5 and 5?
No, man, I really like the Duvall call. I was on him a couple nights ago. Production's not there yet as a whole, but his exit velocity, launch angle, everything looks like it's going to start warming up. And we saw last night, we actually got some home runs. We might have the bouncy ball back in play here. Might actually be a fun night for once.
It better be. Listen, Duvall's just creeping up on that 200. So he hit 38 home runs last year for a reason. So I think tonight could be his night. As always, give us a follow at WinDailySports.com. This is Tony. It's Adam. It's a 5 for 5. Everybody have a profitable night.